Okay, real quick, pause this video and vote. The question is, can you be racist toward white people? Yes or no? Honest answer, not what you think I'm gonna say. You good? You voted? Okay. So I never thought you could be. Ever. And I don't mean that as some hot take either. Y'all know me better than that. I mean it never registered as a debate to me. Like it's like somebody asking if Tuesday can be purple. But what? What? Of course not. But this argument will not die. It's literally in my comments weekly. So today I just want to talk about it. Because I finally figured out what's actually happening in this debate. The two sides are answering different questions. That's literally it. That's the whole fight. Listen to the yes side sometime. Every example is a person. A coworker with a nasty attitude. Some girl on TikTok says she don't date white boys. And like, okay. People can absolutely be prejudiced against white people. Mean, hateful, unfair, all of it. Okay. If that's what you mean, fine. But that is not racism. Racism is not a person. Racism is a machine. Hear me out. And maybe it's because of what I do all day. Y'all know I live in these archives. But when I hear racism, when I hear the word racism, I don't picture some rude individual. I picture paperwork. Okay? The government drawing maps around black neighborhoods so nobody could get a loan. The GI Bill office sending black veterans home while it built white suburbs. The contracts, the highways, Tulsa. It's all machinery. You get me? Filing cabinets and signatures. That's the thing the word is for. So when somebody says racism against white people, my first question is, where's the machine though? Where? Like, genuinely, show me. Which years could white people not get loans for being white? Which neighborhoods did banks refuse because white people live there? What laws kept white people out of unions, off juries, out of careers? Where's the black-run court system? I'm not asking to be funny. I want an answer. Because you know I looked. And we know it's not there. It does not exist, and it never has. Somebody being mean to you is a punch. It's real, I guess it hurts. Whatever, you know? It's feelings. But racism is getting hit by a car. And there's no car. Do you get me? You see where I'm going with this? Because there's not even a road, really. You can't get hit by a car on a street that they never built. That's it. That's why I never thought you could be racist towards white people. Not because I think white people can't be hurt, but because that word is carrying 400 years of machinery. And I'm not about to hand it over to describe somebody's bad attitude at lunch. Those are not the same thing. I'm not sitting up here trying to debate somebody's feelings in comparison to hundreds of years of housing policy, which, if I'm being real, is kind of the point of confusion. The machine loves being confused with a rude person. Oh, and for whoever's about to say, but the dictionary though. Fun fact, 2020, this 22-year-old named Kennedy Mitchum emails Merriam-Webster like, hey, your racism definition is missing the whole system part. And they read it and they go, you know what? You're right. And they changed it. The dictionary. She was 22. So even look it up is on my side now. Anyway, go look at your vote. If you said yes, the real question, no shade. Were you picturing a rude person? Because if that's all it was, we probably agree and you were just calling prejudice by the wrong name. If you said no, okay, but could you have expanded on why before this video? Or was it just a feeling? Let me know what y'all voted. Well, I guess I'll be able to see what you voted, really. But individually, I want to know what you voted. Don't be switching your vote like I can't count. I can count. Let me know.
We are all racist. Every single one of us who look like me, who are watching this video, we are racist. And let me explain what I mean by that, because if you would have told me that a few years ago, I would have come out of my corner swinging saying, no way, I am not. I have worked in the criminal justice system for decades and I've seen the systemic racism there and fought against it. I have biracial children and I have seen the way the world looks at my children who are of a minority race versus my children who look like me. And I would have said, no way. But here is the thing. The more I learn, the more I realize just how much I don't know. Because there are two types of racism. There's the kind of racism that comes from the hate in your heart, and I don't have that. I never have, and I suspect very many of you don't have it either. But there is another kind of racism that comes from ignorance, and that abounds in my life. Even me, who thought that I knew a lot about seeing systemic racism. But here's what I've learned. The more I learn, the more I realize how unintentionally racist I have been in so many things. And it is on us now, white people, to educate ourselves. We're never going to fully grasp what it means to live in a world where you are the minority and where the system has been set up for hundreds and hundreds of years to benefit people who look like me and to oppress people who look like my children. But we have got to educate ourselves. I'm going to start listing several books and documentaries that I've been watching to educate myself. And I hope any of you who really want this world to be a better place, we have got to start with the foundation that all men and women are created equal. And we have got to set new rules for how we move in this society if we're going to have that. I need to apologize to the friends, the clients, the people I interacted with for so many years, because I thought I wasn't racist, and I'm not, as far as the part that comes out of hate. But the part that is born from ignorance, I'm sorry, I should have done better, and I am learning. For those of you who are watching this who are minorities, please put your advice in the comments. Books, documentaries, movies, or just your life experiences. I want to learn, and I want to help others learn, because I don't want you or your children or my children to live in a world that is designed to fail them. Okay, so let's start this series of educating ourselves in order to make this world a better place. Go love your neighbor.
My name's Kylie, and I'm obviously white. I grew up in a conservative white family, and I know there's been a lot of discourse about whether white people should talk about racism, and here's my argument for why I think that not only should we, but we have to. A lot of racism in white families occurs behind closed doors. I've been over at friends' parents' places and heard them say some pretty obscene things about people of color, assuming that I am on their side simply because I am white. Obviously, this makes for some awkward conversations when I do call them out, but point being, the depths of the racism and the darkness that seeps in deeply into these families can only, in my opinion, truly be exposed by other white people, because they will never be their full racist selves around anyone who is not white. They like to save face publicly and say that they're not racist, but then again, if you go into their homes and you hear the things they say, that would suggest otherwise. I just encourage you, if you're a white person and you know people like this, please say something. Don't just ignore it for fear of conflict.